talk more about this plan.
Thank you. As you know, I've been very involved with this issue and have held a number of town hall meetings throughout Ohio about this. And sadly, I think the way the process should have worked is instead of going from a $1.5 million grant to a $3.4 million contract where just about everybody and their brother had a chance to make some money on it, that the governor actually should have held town hall meetings along the town turnpike to actually hear specifically from the people of Ohio, at least their thoughts, and make that part of the study that took place. Also very disappointed. We're hearing about this the same time that most of you are hearing about it. Generally, sometimes I think members of the media hear about it before we do on this side of the aisle. And that's unfortunate because I represent 5 turnpike exits. 5. More than anybody else standing up here. And we could have at least been granted the courtesy of a phone call, 6 o'clock in the morning. That's fine. Let's talk about it at 6 o'clock in the morning instead of having to hear about it through the media. This administration has said since day one, how bad the stimulus program was and how we're borrowing against the future and indebting our future children. And what we're talking about today is basically borrowing money. And so I'm surprised that the governor is going down this road. I can tell you that I think the turnpike has been operating just well and operating fine. I do find it quite interesting that all of a sudden the ODOT is running everything. By getting the press release from ODOT today, you would have thought they've been running the turnpike here for years. What I find most interesting is that they're very definitive in the number of things that they want to do, but the bullet point that is still kind of gray and unclear, no turnpike employee layoffs are anticipated. Now, why couldn't we be a little bit more clear about that? So there is concern about that part. I will tell you, though, coming from Northern Ohio, and I've talked to my local leaders there, we believe that, yes, legislative action would be required to go beyond 1 mile for work to be done using turnpike leverage dollars. However, leaders in my community feel, and I concur, that those dollars should be spent in the counties in which the turnpike goes through, and no place else. Whether it's 90% or not, we believe all those dollars should be spent there. So the sad part of all of this is don't be surprised, don't be deceived. We're coming up on a governor re-election race here, and believe me, the governor wants to go around the state handing out checks, looking like he has really listened to Ohioans, which he has not on this issue.